When we go back to our constituencies, Mr. Speaker, there are complaints relating to the business environment in Zambia. And I'll give 5 simple examples. And I hope that government will take note of these very, very important concerns that are affecting people who are doing business in Zambia. First issue, which I have been requested to deliver to government, is obviously the issue of the cost of borrowing money. Mr. Speaker, if I'm running a business and I do not have the money that is needed to run that business, I have to go to a financial institution to borrow that money. Mr. Speaker, currently, the cost of borrowing is ranging around 33% if you go to a commercial bank. Now, Mr. Speaker, if the commercial bank is asking for 33%, which is not even simple interest, this is a compounded interest loan, it simply means that the cost of doing business is affected. So my first challenge to government, in attempting to create an environment where businesses can thrive, Mr. Speaker, it is incumbent upon government to deal with the problem of the cost of borrowing. Because if we don't reduce the cost of borrowing, Mr. Speaker, we are not going to resolve the issue of an enabling environment for business. That is my first submission, Mr. Speaker. Second submission, and I hope that, Madam Vice President, you are taking note of some of the concerns coming from the people that are supposed to participate in our business environment. The issue, Madam Vice President, of the exchange rate. We have young men and women who are selling second-hand vehicles. We have people that go to Nakonde, that import items, Madam Vice President, for purposes of reselling in our environment in Zambia. Because they have to spend more kwacha to buy the dollar, it becomes expensive, Mr. Speaker, for them to do business. So the second concern coming from people that are doing business, and it is not just in Kitwe, Mr. Speaker, I'm assuming this is an issue which is affecting everyone who's doing business. Can we take steps, Madam Vice President, to resolve the issue of the exchange rate? We need to find ways, Mr. Speaker, we need to find ways to ensure that people that are doing business are able to spend less kwacha to be able to get the dollar that is needed to import commodities. That is affecting, Mr. Speaker, the business environment. Because the President said an enabling environment has been created. There's still a challenge, Mr. Speaker. I'll be lying if I stand here and I say that there are no problems. We need to address the problems, because once these problems are addressed, Mr. Speaker, jobs will be created. Third challenge, which is affecting people that are doing business, Mr. Speaker, the cost of alternative energy. If you are running a business and you need energy to support that business, Mr. Speaker, the cost of alternative energy is too high. Our people that are running businesses are complaining. How many of us are able to quickly go to a company that is providing solar equipment and quickly part away with 50 to 100,000 kwacha? How many people are able to do that, Mr. Speaker? Very few people are able to do that. So this environment for business, Mr. Speaker, has not been created because the cost of alternative energy is still high. This is what the people are submitting, and these are the concerns that I hope government, when they start responding to the issues we are raising, these are things that have to be attended to. On page 11, the issue again of the environment where businesses can thrive. Fourth problem, Mr. Speaker, I'm coming from Kitwe, where we have a mining company called Mopani. People deliver items, the invoice says after 30 days, you'll be paid. 30 days elapses, Mr. Speaker. The people who have supplied goods and services have not been paid. Go to KCM, it's the same problem. People are providing goods and services, but they are not getting their commodities, they are not getting the payment, which is supposed to be gotten. And majority of our businessmen and women, Mr. Speaker, they have to borrow money for them to supply goods and services. There's a product in most banks called order financing. Order financing means you borrow money, you order the commodities, and you take to a mining company. Now, if the mining companies are not paying, Mr. Speaker, how are we going to ensure that businesses are thriving? This is why, for me, I hope that government will deal with the problem of delayed payment to our suppliers. Kitwe, Chingola, Chilabombwe, our suppliers need to be paid on time. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, the issue of turnover tax. The turnover tax for companies was initially at 4%. So if you are making 800,000 kwacha and below, Mr. Speaker, you are eligible for turnover tax. Government has adjusted the rate. It's now 5%. The people that are running companies are complaining that we can't afford 5% turnover tax. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, under turnover tax, the threshold for turnover tax was 800,000 kwacha. You make 800,000 kwacha and below, you are eligible for turnover tax. Government has adjusted that figure. It is now 5 million kwacha. That is affecting our people that are doing businesses, Mr. Speaker. So as I stand here, utilizing my remaining 8 seconds, I want to appeal to government. Take note of the things that people are complaining about to ensure that businesses can thrive for our people. The people of Kamfinsa, once again, do submit, and I thank you once again. Thank you.